Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Daisy. Daisy's a 2-year-old Molly mule. She turned 2 on about, well, I think in May of this year. And we've had her for, oh, maybe 2 months now. And we haven't really done much with her, just handled her a little bit, fed her, worked with her feet a little bit. So the whole process here that I want to take you through is from the beginning to the end with Daisy. She is as green as they get. She'll lead and she'll tie, but other than that, she doesn't do anything. So you'll get to see Daisy going from green to pretty well broke. Daisy's for sale. She is out of a mare called Miss Penny Bartime, who is a daughter of Scotch Bartime. He's a really famous quarter horse, and his sire was a mammoth jack called Doc Holliday. He'll be for sale, or excuse me, she'll be for sale throughout this process, and if she doesn't sell, then this video process will run longer, but hopefully we'll be able to get through the whole process and you'll be able to see everything that she learns. You can see she's a pretty calm mule. Not a lot gets to her, but she's not the kind of mule that generally likes to be handled when you approach her out in the field. She wants to kind of walk away from you, unless you're my wife, and then she'll come right up to you. And that leads me to my first point. Mules are so much different than horses. Mules a lot more like your family dog. They want to know that they're safe around you. They want to know that they can trust you before they'll do anything for you. If you think you're going to bully a mule, or you think you're going to use whips and spurs and chains and everything to get your mule to do what you want to do, you're going to have nothing but problems, and it'll just get worse every time you get around them. A mule will, I don't want to say hold a grudge, but a mule will remember the way they're treated and be that much more apprehensive the next time they're around you. Whereas a lot of times a horse can be handled a little rough, and you can still work through that. So you have to be real careful with a mule, exactly how you go about this training process. And let me get something straight from the beginning. This whole process isn't scripted. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I'll probably say stuff that I shouldn't say, and I'll say, oh no, forget about that or whatever. But we're just going to make this real. I'm going to show you the ugly with the good, and so you see the whole process. And I may have to edit some stuff for length. I think YouTube only lets you do 10 minutes at a time. So we'll go ahead and get started here. First thing I want to make sure this mule knows how to do is to move away from pressure. You can't do anything with an animal, especially a mule, unless you can move them in the direction that you want them to move. And that's what our goal is eventually, is to be able to get up on their backs and ride them and have them go where we ask them to go. In the beginning, they're obviously not going to know that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get her to just move with light pressure. Now, she's doing really good already. My goal here, she's going to, well, maybe this will go easier than I thought on the first steps. My goal is to be able to push on her front shoulder and have her cross over her leg like that. And when she's doing that, that's what they call turning on the haunches. And it just disengages the front end from the back end, when we want to be able to control both the front end and the back end. So I'm just going to use a little bit of pressure here at first and see if she'll move off. And she did pretty good. Let me back her up a little bit. See, that foot went behind the other foot. That's not our goal. That went behind too. That's behind. I'm just going to keep moving her off that front end until I can get her to, that's more, okay, right there. I don't know if you can see that, how this front foot went in front of the other foot. That's what I'm after, is for her to lock that back in and pivot on the front end. So let me move back a little bit and we'll ask for another step. Something that's quite a bit different with mules and horses is you cannot drill a mule over and over and over on the same thing. They'll get tired, they're too smart for that, they don't see a purpose in it, and they'll stop trying for you. So with a mule, with a horse, you're going to want to work on a specific task, and you work on it over and over and over and over again until you feel they've got it pretty good. With a mule, you work on it a few times, and then you jump to something else for a minute. You can come back to it, but the goal is to work with a mule without them getting tired or bored mentally. Once they're bored and they shut down mentally, then you're not going to get anywhere. So let's try it again. I want to get this leg to cross over in front of the other foot. There, that was perfect. You notice how I stopped pushing exactly when she did it, and she came back, and that's fine. I just want her to get to the point where she'll move her legs correctly, and that really surprised me that she did it that well. Let's try it again. Good. Good. I want to use as little bit of pressure as I can, but let me get back over here so we make sure that we're in the scene. I want to use as little pressure as I can, but I'll use as much as I have to here. See how she's going to move her head away? Mules have a tendency, there, that was great. Mules have a tendency to just bend their head and not move their body. So we want to make sure that we can move these shoulders. There, good. She's doing great there. She's not real light, but she's moving her feet the way I want her to move. So I'm going to be okay with that. Let me move to the other side. See what we have on this side. That went in back, back, back. See right there, she's just backing off. That's what I want. There, perfect. See, in the second she did that, I stopped putting any pressure on her. And stop and rub her and let her know that she did good. Let's try it again. And where I'm pushing is right behind the jaw, here on the neck, and on the shoulder. She almost did it. There you go. Good girl. Obviously this isn't the way I want it to be in the end, but this is where I'm starting. And so I'm just taking little successes here. Perfect. That was good, Annabelle. Annabelle is another mule I have. That was good, Daisy. Oh. Now I want you to see here how she's not really set up to succeed right here. And that's one of the important things about training a mule. If you want them to do something specific, help set them up so that when you ask them to do it, it's going to work out. Because if I ask her to move this shoulder over here right now, with this back leg, this right hand leg, being way back like that, there's no way she's going to be able to cross it over in front. So I'm going to step her up. I'm going to put her legs in a position so that she can be successful. There we go. So now you see how this right leg is leading a little bit. Now when I ask her, she's going to be much more like there. Perfect. She's going to be likely to put those feet in the position that she needs to have them.